and bees, and they just land on the tree. Hi! Hi! You're looking for me? What are you doing here?
Just looking for you.
Oh, maybe you were waiting for the grass to dry. You can use the lawnmower.
Yes, I have something in my shoe.
Oh, what do you have in your shoe? Money! A hole in your shoe. Bonjour! Well, it took some time, but finally it's there again, the sun. We had already a week full of rain, and I wanted to go out to the garden and do a lot of things, but it was just too rainy and too, well, just not garden weather. So now I took the opportunity to go outside, because now the sun is shining just now, to give you a tour of our garden, our vegetable garden. As you probably know, this is our first year on a homestead, and well, we didn't have any vegetable garden here. Previous owners, they had a vegetable garden, but it was decades ago. So well, I had to start from scratch. I made a design for the garden, how I wanted to plant everything. That's also one thing that needs to develop over time. So for now I want to show you what I have in the garden, what's working and what's not working, and how I want to evolve over time, and how I want to make the vegetable garden at least something we can eat from, well, I don't say all year round, but at least that we have enough of our tasty vegetables and fruits to enjoy in summer and also in winter time, and or to store them in the cellar or preserve them. First, if you have seen this video, you could see that I planted the potatoes. I have two varieties. I have early potatoes, and the other one, well, they should go in the garden within a couple of weeks. But I also hope that the weather is good, so I can have a patch ready to put them there. So let's see and see how the potatoes are doing right now. So as you can see here, this is the potato patch. Yeah, they are doing really great. They also, I see they are starting to bloom. I tried to earth them when they just started to come up from the earth, but then it was just too much, and I thought, okay, just let them grow and see how it will go. I found it also really easy to grow potatoes. I did it before when I was still in the Netherlands and I had a community garden. You just put them in the ground and they just start growing, and it's it's really good. I could optimize it and spread them a little bit further, but for now, yeah, I just had them brought in the store and just put them in the ground. I also put in corn in between, but I don't think the corn is really doing well. You can see over here, this is corn, but it's still really tiny. Here's one as well, you can see. And maybe because the weather will now be better, a lot of sun, so I hope they will still grow a bit. And I also have put them here between the rows, you can see. But overall, I'm really happy for the potatoes to doing really good here. So I still have potatoes left in the house, waiting to go in the ground. So that's a late potato. And yeah, you know, when potatoes start to bloom, that's the next phase. And then when they start to become brownish, then you can harvest them. And I also learned something, that you can just dig in and get the potatoes out and just leave the plant in, or just pull it out and then you have the potatoes, but then it cannot grow any further. So I'm going to check what I will do, if I just pull them out or I just dig around and see if I find some potatoes that I need to cook to make some lovely dishes. And then have my potatoes. So that's one thing. Next thing, let me see what I can tell you. Oh yes, I have some tomato plants, and this time I bought it on the local market, on the fresh market. Someone that's just growing them and then selling them off on the market. Because I planted myself some tomatoes, I pre-seeded them, but no, it just didn't work. I think it's because I used different kind of potting soil. Normally I have potting soil that are mixed together, and then it will go really well. But I have to buy it again here, and so I can make my own potting mix and to do it. So now I had used some coconut potting soil, but I just saw it wasn't working. So I brought some plants from the market, so let's see. So here are the tomato plants, and when I bought them on the market, I told the guy, just give me all different kind of tomatoes, and he put some tomatoes together, and these are all different varieties. I think this one is a cherry tomato, so that's the only one. He said, okay, this is a cherry tomato, so I put it here on the side so I know it's a cherry tomato. And the other ones are all kind different tomatoes. Okay, next to the tomatoes I had a patch. I planted a lot of peas, really quite a lot, but somehow it's also not working. I got one or two that sprouted, or well, I'm not sure if I pre-seeded them, but so I guess also because I don't have the compost yet, that the soil is not ready yet to have enough nutrition in it for all those plants. So that's also for next year. So I'm creating my soil to have some ready for next year. So now it's just it's a patch with all kind of weeds in between. And if you look carefully, you can see 1 or 2 peas coming out. And next to that, because I really love courgettes, because it's French. No, it's not French, but courgettes, or for the English name zucchinis. Also on the market, I brought 2 because I also pre-seeded the courgettes, and nothing worked. So let's see how they are going now. So they're doing really great, as you can see. They also start blooming. But yeah, because of the weather, I'm not sure if this one will go. But there's another one here, and also this one starts blooming. And I read somewhere that you have a male and a female flower. Well, first of all, you can eat flowers, and then they need to sort of pollinate each other, and then you get the zucchini. And if I zoom out, you can see the patch where the peas should be. Ta-da! Well, a lot of things are growing here, but not much pea. The only one, I got a little pea over here, and it's doing okay. So it can grow here like this, and I think over there's one, but overall there are a lot of weeds. You can see here, and all kinds of weeds over here. I put some potting soil over here because I want to plant a couple of beans. But here you can see this is the only one who survived, and yeah, I think the slugs got him. Let's see, you have to look carefully. Here is another one, and maybe that one will survive if the slugs will not get him. And overall it's a lot of weed that like the soil and no beans. There are a lot of things that are working, and those are the fruit trees. So as you can see, we have I think it's a peach or nectarine, you know, with the hairy coat. So as you can see, we have some over here and some here, and I will need to take care for all the fruit trees for the upcoming year. I planted some strawberries, and they're also struggling a bit, but yeah, I hope they will survive. I see they're growing new leaves here, and I put them together with some onions, and I think the onions will start to bloom because I want to try to get some seeds from it, and then I can start onions next year. I think they do okay. I think I can have a strawberry in a couple of weeks maybe. Oh, do you remember the video where we going to buy a fruit tree when we got 1,000 subscribers? Well, on that video I also bought something else, and that was a fig tree and also a grape tree, and also the strawberries. And well, the fig tree is doing good. I have put them in a pot for now, a bigger pot, because I'm not sure yet where to plant it in the garden, and for now he can grow, and it looks like he's doing well. The fig tree is feeling okay in the garden, and that's a good sign. I want to do a little bit of an experiment. I had a lot of pumpkin seeds, all the different varieties. It's a difficult word to pronounce, varieties. I struggle with it. Well, different kind of pumpkin seeds. So I pre-seeded them, and I think a lot of them, and I used a different potting soil this time, and I have a lot of them now in my improv greenhouse-ish thingy that I will show you in a minute. And what I'm going to do is, if you can see behind me, in our previous video where we got the lawnmower, we cut the grass over there way back, and I think it's a good spot to let all those pumpkins grow, and they can go over the field. And what I want to try is to get really nice pumpkins, also some that I can store myself, or I can make some lovely pumpkin soup or stew or anything like that. But also if I get really big ones, I want to see if I have enough to sell them on the local market just around Halloween time or just before autumn. And just like I told you, this is the improv greenhouse. These are all the pumpkins. I have a couple of them jaune, so that are yellow pumpkins, and I have rouge, so that are the red pumpkins. And over here I have it's a Dutch name, I think it's muscat, and I have it's called flas, but that's Dutch, but in English it's bottle. But I don't think there is any kind of pumpkin that calls a bottle pumpkin. I will leave them here for a couple of days because the sun will be shining upcoming days, so they can really start to grow a bit more. So, and this will be the pumpkin area. They have a lot of space here, and I think I will start making holes for them and then put in some good composting in there so they have a good start to grow. And hopefully if we get a little bit better weather with a bit more sunshine, then it all will be okay. Keep watching our upcoming videos and see how it will go with the pumpkin field. But sunshine or not, I always love to walk in the garden, and well, it's every time I explore the garden and I see something new. So let's go around the garden and see what we have on all kind of fruits that are now blooming and producing. As you can see, this cherry tree needs some TLC because it's all covered in ivy, so it's struggling to produce fruits. But it's still giving us some lovely cherries. But it's also new for me and also for Angelo to maintain and prune fruit trees. We had some raspberries and blackberries bushes back in the Netherlands, but that's something completely different, as those really tall trees and a lot of different kind of fruit trees, and they, well, I think they were also neglected over time, or maybe just not maintained for a lot of years. So here you can see the plum tree, and we got a lot of plum trees, and you can see it's overloaded with plums, and because it's, well, that crowded, and also the tree is not maintained, and it got really a lot of ivy in it. I think they will not develop really well. As you can see, they already start to open up. Also because of the weather, because it was, yeah, really rainy days. This was a cherry tree, or it is a cherry tree, but it's already done. So we had a couple of cherries from it, but also, as you can see, it's also surrounded by ivy, so it's also struggling to get and produce good quality fruits. So this one is also on our list to maintain at the end of summer, because the trees are really big. It's really hard to get all the fruits out of it, because all the birds and bees and they just land on the tree. Hi! You're looking for me? Oh, what you doing? I was just telling about the cherry tree. Well, the big one that all the birds and the bees, they get in first, and they eat all up the cherries, because it's a really big tree and we cannot reach it. Yep. So what are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Oh, maybe you were waiting for the grass to dry. You can use the lawnmower.
Yes. I
Yes.
have something in my shoe.
Oh, what do you have in your shoe? Money.
No.
A hole in your shoe. So yeah, hey,
Hey.
I found you in the garden,
Yes.
walking around.
Yep.
In the park.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just making a tour also through the vegetable garden, and all
Yeah.
was telling about the fruit trees.
Yes.
But so
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we finally go outside now, because the sun is a bit shining. Well, at least it's not raining. Yeah. So,
What's next? What's next?
yeah.
Camera is not central.
No, the camera is just doing weird stuff somehow. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was also telling them to have a peek into the kitchen later on,
Okay.
because we also have a story about that. It's still not finished, because when installing the oven,
Yes.
we noticed. Well, I noticed it because I want to bake a cake. It was not doing anything.
Yep.
So
It just freezes. Not literally, but
yeah.
the computer of it
So
freezes.
let's go into the kitchen and we will show you around. So, and here we are in the kitchen, And as you can see, no, we don't have blue kitchen. Well, it could be, but no, the foil is still on the kitchen. When we first got the kitchen delivered, we got a broken gas stove. Actually, it's an induction, but it broke in two when it got delivered here, so we waited for a while to get a new one. And after a while, when we installed the kitchen and everything, and we hook up the oven, we noticed that it didn't work, and we only got a light on display, but nothing else. So I called again with IKEA, and then they told me, well, we got a service company, you should call them, and then they make an appointment, and they come here and see if they can fix the oven or that it needs to be replaced. But normally here in France, you need to call. Well, je parlais un petit peu français et je comprends un petit peu, mais it's not really good to make a phone call because you need to understand and also need to clarify the problem. So I tried by email, and eventually, I think after a week or so, I got a reply, and they told me, okay, you need to make some pictures of the number, the serial number, and the model, and then we can make an arrangement. So I got actually on the phone, so that they can confirm it, and now I have sent all the information, and I think I will get a reply by email to make an appointment. So I'm still not able to make any lovely cakes, but I can wait. So in the meantime, I want to show you a little update on the kitchen, what we did so far, and what we are going to do when we have time and when we want to. But for now, we have a functional kitchen, so we just go on when we have also the energy to do. So here you can see one part of the kitchen. So this is the new IKEA kitchen that we have designed, and in this video you can see all the details of it. And for now we have managed to assemble it and put everything in place. The induction plate to cook on, the fan. You can see this is the oven, and it's a beautiful oven, but yeah, you can only look now and cannot bake anything. We left the blue foil on it just to have it protected while we're still assembling the kitchen with the oven. So, but I'm actually using it already, so I'm cooking here. I really love the extension here to prepare everything on, and all the guests are there. Yeah, you can interact and you have a conversation, and it's really lovely. This is actually the table we got from our parents, so it's brought from the Netherlands, and it really fits here well. So but yeah, it's really nice. So this is the new part of the kitchen, and here you have the dining area and some I like my plants over here, and if I turn around, we have also some addition, and that's the coffee corner. Have all in one place, so we can make the coffee, and you can make a tea or hot water, and we can store everything in here for the stuff we need to make and prepare the coffee and everything, and all the teas. And you have all the mugs here, or want to store some tea here, in cans, so you can just pick your tea or make a melange from it. And yeah, so what I wanted to tell you is you can see those sockets here, and well, you say, okay, those are just regular sockets, right? No, there's a difference between those two. And maybe if Angelo is around here. Are you there, my dear? Oh, there you are. I was just telling everybody the difference between the two sockets. So, but I think maybe you can tell us a bit about it.
So I created two different sockets. One's connected to the veggie, and that's our solar panel system. And so when the solar panel has charged the battery, we can use this for cookers and all kinds of stuff, like the radio here. And
oh, okay, so you're telling me that if I turn on the radio, then we have an off-grid radio because it's on the solar?
Yep.
Well, let's see then. Yes, it's working. Yes, but I turn it off because otherwise we have
copyright.
Copyrights, yes.
And the other one is connected to the grid, so that's so in case the battery is empty, we can always switch to the other. Those sockets are on the wall, but I will create here.
Yes,
possible.
but that's also things we need to do here.
Yes.
So actually, the coffee corner, that's also connected to.
So yeah, the same line goes to our coffee corner.
Yeah, so it's behind here. You can see it. Let me see. Yeah. So that's also connected to the solar panels and to the battery. So that means that if there's no solar power,
there is no coffee.
There's no coffee. Oh no. So we hope to have a lot of sun, so we can have a lot of coffee or tea.
There is
Depends.
coffee in that sun. That's a reference to a Star Trek.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Nebula.
Okay. Yes. So, if in one of our next videos we are really cranky, then then we have no solar power and no coffee. But no, we are always happy.
Indeed.
Yeah. So this was a little update on our kitchen, and also you saw a tour of the vegetable garden. And I hope you liked it, and we see you next time for a new update on, I don't know what we're going to do, next projects, or we continue with things. We will see. So see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Au revoir.